Hi there, this is the D1 Plus, and I want to give you a quick demonstration of how flow profiling works. Now, this is something new to the espresso world, so bear with me here as I explain how it works, because it's quite different from how things like pressure profiling work on traditional machines. So here we are with the D1 Plus. It's just booted up and warmed up. I haven't done a shot yet. I'm going to hit configure. And here I've got my flow profiling curve. I can choose pressure profiling, flow profiling, or create something advanced. Now, to make something simple for myself, I'm going to first choose one of these profiles, let's say a declining flow profile, and then click here and edit it. Now, the way flow profiling works is you choose the speed of the water that you want, and the pressure is automatically adjusted to achieve that. Now, since lever machines, when people are doing this with espressos, or if you have a paddle on an espresso machine, those baristas are often looking at flow and adjusting it by hand to achieve a perfect espresso. That's what we're trying to do here, but automatically for you. So let me run you through what we're looking at here. Here we've got a pre-infusion, and pre-infusion on our espresso machines is always flow-based, because talking about pressure during pre-infusion doesn't make sense. There is no pressure. So 4 milliliters per second is about what a commercial machine is doing, between 4 and 4.5 milliliters per second when it's not doing pre-infusion, but when it has what's called a jiggler inside it, which helps the puck swell gently as the shot starts, but fairly quickly. So here we are with a full milliliter per second pre-infusion. I've set it to 13 seconds of pre-infusion, which actually won't happen. And the reason it won't happen is because there's also a feature in our machines that automatically exits pre-infusion when the puck is detected as being fully saturated. At this point here, I've set it to 4.1 bar, and I can set it to anything I want here, but generally 4 bar is a good measure because it means once you have a lot of pressure on the puck, well, there's no possibility of there being any dry spots on it. So I just set this to 4 bar. Leave it at 13 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever you like, because the reality is it will exit when the puck is detected as being saturated. Okay, next step after the puck is saturated is to basically regulate pressure automatically by controlling the flow. And so what we've got here is a hold period. We're saying 2.8 milliliters per second for 10 seconds or whatever we want. And then we'd like to decline. Now, the reason to do a declining flow rate is because as the coffee puck is being more and more eroded, the material that's left behind is harder to remove. So the idea is, rather than having the speed of the water increase, which is what happens in a pressure profiling machine through erosion, we want the flow to decrease so that more time is spent extracting the remaining material. This is a way to really control acidity on the shot. Now, generally, I'm actually not using the declining flow feature because I've got things that are more lighter roast, medium to light roast, and I like a bit of acidity on the mouth. So I don't want to over control it. So in this case, I'm actually going to remove the decline and do something like this. Okay. Now, finally, you might notice there's a thing that says 5 bar start. Now, the reason that's there, and it might seem confusing, but this is something that's emerged in conversation with some coffee gurus, is that if you go to flow profiling and you haven't compressed the coffee puck, then all that's going to happen is the water's just going to pour through. So we've got an option here. If you're not compressing the puck during pre-infusion, you can ask the D1 Plus to put enough water in, the puck will get compressed, and then switch the flow. So I'll give you an example where that would be the case. Let's say you did a really slow pre-infusion for 30 seconds, 0.5 milliliter per second. So it's called a Slayer shot. If you went then to 2.8 milliliters per second, the water would just gush through. So you would probably, in that sort of espresso shot, set the minimum bar to something like 3 or 4 bar so that the puck does get compressed. Now, in this case, we are exiting pre-infusion anyway when 4 bar is reached, so we don't care, we don't use that feature. All right. So in the end, this espresso shot, and it's a preset already in the machine, is very simple. 4 milliliter per second pre-infusion until the puck is set, and then 25 seconds at 2.8 milliliters per second. Now let's do an espresso shot and see what this looks like. That's what my coffee looks like. I did 18.5 grams. This is ready to go, so I'll hit save. And now we're going to do an espresso. We're going to watch what the curves look like when the espresso is being made. We're going to zoom in on pressure and flow. This chart here has combined pressure and flow on one page. On the left-hand side in green is the pressure axis, and on the right-hand side in blue is flow. And the reason we did this is that the lines could be as big as possible, and you can see the relationship between pressure and flow at the same time. Now the shot has just started, and I need to put the cup here quickly. You can see flow is now 4 milliliters per second. Pressure is 0, going up, climbing. There's the green line. As soon as it crosses, boom, crossed 4 bar. There's that line. And you can see that the flow control has now kicked in. This dotted line is our goal, which is 2.8 milliliters per second. The machine is trying to get there. It looks like it's about 2.72 milliliters per second. And the pressure that's occurring in order to attain this flow is 9.7 bar. Now I had pre-programmed this shot to be 25 seconds of constant flow after pre-infusion. Pre-infusion took 10 seconds, so the whole shot took 35 seconds. I didn't have to do anything. There we are. It was 18 grams of coffee and 34.8 grams went into my cup. So about a 2-to-1 shot. So on the mouth, this kind of espresso is quite low acidity, really quite big and floral. This is a medium light roast from a friend of mine who roasts in Italy. And I don't need any sugar in it because it's really controlled. The mouth feels great. I'm just very happy with how this espresso tastes. And I didn't have to do much. I just plugged in the shot, 4 milliliter per second pre-infusion, 2.8 millimeters per second of flow, and boom, there's my espresso. Now as the beans change in character, the pressure will get automatically adjusted daily, and the espresso won't change much in flavor because it's really flow that is the most important determinant in how good your espresso is.